Hey YouTube, seeknayr here. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of Modern Masters. I was originally going to do a full set review, but I can't do that now because I have exams in 2 days. So, I'm going to break these up into categories. First category is best anti-archetype. That means it shuts down a huge group of cards, and for that I chose Rift Sweeper, which is a 2/2 creature for 1 and a green. It's a elf shaman. When it comes into play, choose target face-up card that's removed from the game. Its owner shuffles it into his or her library. So, it shuts down Jwara and all of her suspend cards, so that's why I chose Rift Sweeper. Next is best art, and that goes to Hanakami, or Hanakami, originally from Kamigawa. It's a 1/1 spirit for a green. 1 and a green, sacrifice it, return target arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. I really like this art because you have this flower thing with a face on it, and it's choking out other flowers. It's spitting out other flowers. It's really funny art, and yeah, so that's that. Next is best legend. This was tough to choose because there's a lot of legends in this set. But I chose Kataki Ward's Wage. He's a 2/1 for 1 and a white legendary creature spirit. All artifacts have at the beginning of your upkeep sacrifices artifact unless you pay 1. So chose this guy because he pretty much shuts down Affinity, which is a archetype in Modern Masters and the modern format. Next, for best fatty, it's none other than Progenitus, which is a 10/10 Hydra avatar, protection from everything for 2 whites, 2 islands, 2 swamps, 2 mountains, and 2 forests. Total of 10 mana. He's pretty much just biggest creature in the set. So, and I always like Progenitus. Next, for best land, I chose Academy Ruins. It's a legendary land. You can tap to add 1 to your mana pool, or for 1 in a blue, you can tap it to put target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. So, artifact recursion is really nice because the good artifacts get hated on and get destroyed most of the time. So that's a really nice land. Next, for a best flavor text, it's from Tarmogoyf. It's what doesn't grow dies, and what dies grows the Tarmogoyf. Because that's funny, because it's in the game that's actually what it does. So that's why I chose Mr. Goyf. For a best utility card, I chose Dark Confidant, which is a 2/1 human wizard for 1 and a black. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. So, in Magic, utility is most of the time card draw, and that's exactly what Bob does for you. Next, for best counter, I chose Pact of Negation. It's a instant for 0. It's blue. Counter target spell at the beginning of your upkeep. Pay 3 and 2 blue. If you don't, you lose the game. I chose this because it's a counter spell at 0 mana, so you could be all tapped out and you could still counter their thing, so that could really turn around the game. Of course, you have to play late game if you don't want to lose. And also in Modern, it combos with Hive Mind, which is really nice. Next, for best impact card, pretty much when this card comes into play, it's gonna shut down a lot of cards. It is Blood Moon, which is a enchantment for 2 and a red. Non-basic lands are mountains. Cause what's more fun in Magic than to shut down people who play fancy lands, expensive lands like dual lands, shock lands, fetch lands? Just turn them all into mountains. And lastly, best card overall, and besides Tarmogoyf, because honestly, if you know Magic, you would know he's pretty much the best card value-wise and playability-wise in Modern Masters. But I actually chose Sword of Fire and Ice, which is for 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Pro Red and Blue. It equips for 2, and whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you draw a card. I chose this because I really like the art on it, and also protection from red and blue is really good color just because blue is a control color, and red's a pretty much burn color. So, and I like the effects, but I really chose this because I like the swords and I like the art on this one better than Light and Shadow. So that's my list. If you have, if you want to do your own, just comment it down below. If you would change anything on mine. This is all opinion based, so I'm okay with your opinions. That's all I got, and have a great day, YouTube.